awusia sisi amene mu kasa ide amanfo bebre na omani di NDC amanyokuo ni mu a enioma ahodo ebekoso ewo amanyokuo ni mu ansa ene adu 2028 elections no amanfo bebre ehwe ho update ene ho nkrone ba ahwe kwan a NDC amanyokuo no so omode omonoma ebefa so yenyina enim se January ya mu ending na NPP amanyokuo no de elections kogu ya ewi ase de amanyokuo nim no still a emu enjoy sa because amanfo bi kirese Kennedy Akompre kwa Japan no nso one of the top candidates pese ote no ho edifri amanyokuo nim na or represent as independent 2028 elections nimu na okopie mu NDC amanyokuo nim nso de abusua enya de a emuju yie kra because ye nyina enim say 2028 enya de a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebesan so a contest BMT ba na sa de a na a chance for manfo bebre wo NDC amanyokuo no dodo na no epese omo nso begina no mo lead NDC amanyokuo no for 2028 elections ama na anu ade twa mu de edin ahodo apiepie mu a manfo chese Haruna Idris mu Asiedu Nketia mu ene Julius Debra mu edin ahodo akesa atofo se mu nyina edin apiepie mu a manfo chese 2028 de sampanifo we nyina no ebekwa akogina aprese NDC amanyokuo no delegate ebeto omoso aba na omaba be lead amanyokuo no for 2028 elections na currently de amanfo bi chirimu a confusion kese pa na aba beto NDC amanyokuo no meye impanifo a omopese omulidi amanyokuo no 2028 elections inti de amanfo eche ne se Muntaka Mubarak ene Asiedu Nketia ntem de enya de a omontem aguye kura because ye be kan a kwan a ye fa so a ye di Haruna Idrisu ene Muntaka Mubarak na omo positions omo hodi ewo parliament no amanfo ekirimu a Johnson Asiedu Nketia national chairman for NDC amanyokuo no no ena effective sa changes ni nyina na currently the Johnson Asiedu Nketia esa so pese some changes bi ewo NDC amanyokuo nim ne fa ewo parliament NDC sorry Johnson Asiedu Nketia epese changes bi ohormo a eno na afa akofa watimi wakame eni wantwi de abeto ono Johnson Asiedu Nketia eni Muntaka Mubarak ntemo a enedie ho asem nyina no aba abeto abontinti abusia ayaka TV su ne ebebo awram na yakwa akotie emu nchirechire mu nyina ne ba
is very focused. You see, he doesn't forgive and he doesn't do that. Let's come back to his fight with Muntaka. Look at the time he removed Muntaka and Haruna Idris. In fact, the story was that it was only Muntaka that was being removed, but then Haruna Idris was added because Muntaka was the target. Asiedu Nketia for some reason didn't like him. Now, Muntaka recently held a press conference that made NDC look bad. He held a press conference and said that in the Kaswa shooting during the election, the one that they said Hawa Kumsin was holding a gun, that there was no gun held by Hawa Kumsin, there was no shooting, he completely exonerated Hawa Kumsin. I'll show you that video in a minute. But yesterday, Johnson Asiedu Nketia responded to Muntaka in very brutal words and said that whatever Muntaka said was wrong. See the video of Johnson Asiedu Nketia. Have a look at the video.
Next election, Obia Bewuse, Yasikan, the Jaffa and Jaffa. Now, if I say Sikan, Obia Bolivia, the Joe, the Apple, now yet 2 sides to trust and nothing. And ultimately, when you have the power by Sasa, Yanga, and America.
Well, sorry about the sound. We should have maybe subtitled it because the sound was not that clear. He says that recently somebody issued a statement that nothing happened in Kaswa, and that's balderdash, that nobody is a child. The things that happened in Kaswa happened, and we all saw it. Who issued a statement that something happened in Kaswa? It's the government. It's the government that researched it. It's not opposition. It's the government. And who did the statement? Mubarak Muntaka. The same man that Asiedu Nketia had overthrown from parliament, who is now Minister of Interior. Asiedu Nketia goes to Kaswa where the report was done. And he's saying it months after that, Yanyan Kola, we are not children. With that balderdash, he came to tell us that nothing happened. We won't take it. But you won't take it. It's me that you are telling. What should I do? I don't have anything to do with it. You see, Asiedu Nketia is very clever. He's going around mopping up votes in the party and mopping up support for his agenda. His agenda may not necessarily be he running for president, even though he is, but his agenda includes putting people in certain places. His agenda includes getting a certain swell of the votes on his side so that he can deploy those votes to any agenda that he sets his mind on. And he's a very clever politician. That's what he is. He has a lot of time and he has a lot of money. So that, yes, Asiedu Nketia has a lot of money. Who said you think he doesn't have money? He has a lot of money. In the coming days, I'll be showing you how much money Kweku has. Asiedu Nketia has a lot. He has plenty money. Forget about how he appears. He is a very wealthy man. He's rich. Papa Asiedu Nketia is rich. I'm telling you. Forget about even his Gapoha board chairman. He's already rich before Gapoha. So don't look at him and be taken in by his appearance. Kweku is a billionaire. Kweku is a billionaire. Asiedu Nketia has a lot of money. So he has money to push the propaganda. And that's what he's doing. He's mobilizing the party people so that they will be on his side, so that he can create an opinion. And that opinion will have a groundswell of support. And that opinion will hold. And he's telling the party people, I'm with you. They are not with you. Those in appointment are not you. I am you. And that's really what he's doing. I don't know whether the people in Jubilee House have observed it. And those who want to contest, whether they've observed that the ground on which they stand is being removed by Asiedu Nketia. Gradually, he's pulling the ground from Ato Forson's feet. He's pulling the ground from the vice president's feet. He's pulling the ground from Haruna Idrisu's feet. He's pulling the ground from Julius Debre's feet. Asiedu Nketia is the most clever man in the NDC. He's pulling the ground from everybody's feet. And by the time you see, you all cave in, and it will cover, and he will stand on. Now, do we know why the parliamentary group were against Baba Jamal? Let me explain to you why the parliamentary group were against Baba Jamal. It's about the fear of Asiedu Nketia. Johnson Asiedu Nketia is to be feared. He's a chairman of the party, isn't he? Now, what has happened? So, Johnson Asiedu Nketia here was responsible for the removal of Haruna Idrisu and Mubarak Muntaka here, the current Minister for Interior. Mubarak Muntaka and Haruna Idrisu were removed from leadership by Johnson Asiedu Nketia. There were many people who felt that Asiedu Nketia had committed a cardinal sin. But it turned out that the NDC won the election, and Asiedu Nketia was beginning to see signs that the NDC would win the election. And he knew that changing the leadership at the time was the best time to do it, because you have to take them out, and so that he will be in control by the time the election is won. Asiedu Nketia has demonstrated that he has a problem with Muntaka, Mubarak Muntaka. And it was suspected so, but now it is very clear that Asiedu Nketia had a problem with him. I'll come to that. So the reason why Baba Jamal was obstructed by the majority, who wrote a statement that the thing should be annulled and Baba Jamal be banned, is that the majority were scared that Asiedu Nketia, who had asked Baba Jamal to come into the race, was preparing to change Mahama Ayariga. I don't know whether I have Mahama Ayariga's photograph there. He was preparing to change Mahama Ayariga. That's a rumor. The rumor is that Asiedu Nketia is preparing to change Mahama Ayariga with Baba Jamal. Because Baba Jamal is seasoned. He's very seasoned. And he's a 500% Asiedu Nketia man. The story is that since Asiedu Nketia supported Mahama Ayariga to be leader, he's seen Mahama Ayariga is doing too much Jubilee House. He's doing too much on Mahama Jubilee House. It looks like he wants to be with the government people. He should be there. So it's fine. Asiedu Nketia recognized the party as tripartite. The government, the party, and the parliamentary party. Asiedu Nketia believes that he controls two of that. The party and the parliamentary party is controlled by him. And then the government is the government. That's what he believes. So if you are the leader of the parliamentary party and you are doing Jubilee House too much, he gets suspicious and he has absolute control over the national executive. So if he wants to change you, Oga, you will go. John Mahama cannot save you. John Mahama is one vote and he may not even attend because a busy president. He may not attend. He will send somebody. And that somebody cannot stand in front of Asiedu Nketia and say nothing is out. So if Asiedu Nketia doesn't want you to be majority leader, Oga, prepare, you are going to leave. Now that is the fear that Asiedu is bringing Baba Jamal to come and take this position. It is that fear that got Mahama Ayariga to mobilize the majority in parliament to issue a statement and say, party, cancel the election and don't let Baba Jamal and all those who participated. That was the important catch. You see, they didn't say just annul the election. They said annul the election, but don't let Baba Jamal participate in the next one. All those who have found blah, 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 they cast vote on Baba Jamal. So right now, there's fear of Baba Jamal in parliament because if NDC were to win the Ayawaso West, and they could win, if they are to win the Ayawaso West election, Baba Jamal walks into the parliament. Baba is senior to some of them in the party. He's very senior. Baba has been there since about maybe 94, something like that. Baba has been around for a while. He was news coordinating secretary long time ago, a very long time ago. So Baba Jamal is senior to quite a few of them in the party. So if he walks into that parliament, he's senior to Nelson, Roxy, the chief whip, Daffy Amakwa. Oh, Baba Jamal is senior to him many, many years. Baba Jamal is senior to Ato Forsen. So Baba Jamal is with Haruna Idrisu the same, or maybe even slightly senior to Haruna Idrisu. Baba Jamal is Elvis Efie Ankra, Samuel Ofuso-Ampofo. That's NDC people. That's Baba Jamal's level. That's his mates in NDC. Samuel Ofuso-Ampofo. That's long time ago. Very, very long time ago. When Kwesi Boche was there, Baba Jamal was in the youth. So Baba Jamal is a towering figure. He's not some simple guy. And he now has the support of the chairman. He and the chairman are together. They are twins. And they are working towards an ambition in the party. So Ayariga knows that Baba Jamal walking into the parliament is not simple for him because he also... That's why we have Baba Jamal here. The story is that Alhaji Baba Jamal, who was until recently Ghana's High Commissioner in Abuja, decided to contest for the NDC's primaries in Ayawaso West Wuogon. Those of you who know Accra well, it's the area of Nima. Ayawaso East, sorry. Ayawaso East. Ayawaso West Wuogon is Legon. Ayawaso East is Nima. Nima is the predominant area. Baba Jamal is a son of Nima, and so he was very confident. Having been an MP before, earlier in Akwetia, it's important I add that information. Baba Jamal is not a novice. He's been an MP before. I believe he's been a deputy minister or something like that also before. But he's been an MP before from Akwetia, certainly. But now he was appointed as High Commissioner, and he comes in as he wants to be the Member of Parliament because unfortunately the Member of Parliament passed. NDC Member of Parliament for Nima passed. And so under the law, there has to be a by-election. And Baba Jamal is interested in that. So the NDC is organizing primaries to determine who represents them. And as the phenomenon has already become common in our parliament, the widow was interested and was supported by many, as is being rumored, including supported by President John Dramani Mahama and officials of Jubilee House. That's the rumor. And Baba Jamal also came in being heavily supported by the party chairman. In fact, it's rumored that it was a party chairman who actually told Baba Jamal that you should come and consider doing this. And so he came in. Now, the vote buying thing has been going on in Ghana for a while. Rumors of votes buying has been going on. And we have also seen a video where the current Greater Accra Regional Minister is saying that in her words, in every election, there's a vote buying. So the MPP should also go and buy a vote. If they want to win, they should buy a vote because in every election, there's a vote buying. So if they want to win, they should also go and buy the votes. She said that before. Nobody called her to ask her any question. And I'm also, in addressing this matter, bringing out the hypocrisy that we sometimes churn out that comes to bite all of us. The hypocrisy that we sometimes churn out. The regional minister said that everybody laughed at it. It was a video that was creating laughs. And we all laughed at it. Nobody called her into question. Nobody said anything. That's part of the problems that we have in this society. We laugh about things that perhaps we should be taking more serious and dealing with it. We laugh about things that then fester and become a canker. And by the time it becomes a canker, then we are all concerned about it. But we have forgotten that when it began to fester, we all laughed at it. So here's Baba Jamal. Now, the reason why the Baba Jamal incident has robbed off society in a terrible way, especially the upper class, the political class, the civil society, and the media. The reason why the Baba Jamal thing has rocked all of us so bad is that, and it is important, it is this. What we have all been doing during primaries, everything that we do in secret, Baba Jamal brought it to the open. Because when there is this influencing delegates, it always closes before voting starts. So by the time the cameras come in when the voting starts, that's when all the cameras come in. The attention on the election is when the voting starts, the campaign and when the voting starts. So for a small election like that, all the attention is on Nima on Saturday morning, voting has started. But so because of that, all of us, politicians, journalists, civil society, those of us who want to influence anybody, we complete the influencing hours before voting starts. So when voting starts and the cameras arrive, you don't see any MP there giving money to anybody or giving anybody envelope. You just hear from the delegates, oh, we all got 500, oh, we all got 200, we all got 40 cedis. That's what we hear. But what Baba Jamal did, for which reason everyone was rising up against him, is that what happens in secret, Baba Jamal brought it to the fore. He was sharing television sets after voting had started. This is the video I was looking for. These are delegates collecting 32-inch television sets after voting had already started. How does voting start? Baba Jamal is a superstar. How do you do this thing after voting has started? Voting started at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is happening around 10 o'clock in the morning. Look at the gentleman in the green. Yeah, he's wearing his badge. He's a delegate. He's going to cast his ballot. He's come for his TV. What are you going to do about it? So because the world was scandalized, the whole world was scandalized, that look at what is happening in Ghana. Because the world was scandalized, we all felt that Baba Jamal has exposed all of us, and so Baba Jamal should be pulled down. He should be punished. He should be isolated and dealt with, not because he has done something novel, not because what he did has never happened before, but because he has now come to wash our dirty linen in public. All of us, civil society, journalists, police, all of us, we felt that Baba Jamal has come to wash our dirty linen in public. This is vote buying that we all do in secret. Only Baba Jamal, he's brought it to the fore. We have to punish him because whilst we all buy votes, we don't buy votes this way. We do it quietly. Now, let's come back to the story. Why are we worried about votes buying? Why? And why are we talking about votes buying? I find this completely hypocritical, not because everybody has bought votes before, but because we all sat down and saw the commercialization of the various services of democracy. We saw the commercialization of media, where politicians were now paying money to media to tell the story in a certain way. We saw that. We didn't grow up in a media where our media house is right-wing and left-wing. When I say that I'm a right-wing reporter, it becomes a whole big issue in Ghana because we are not used to that. Those who grew up in America, those who grew up in England, they know that this newspaper is Democrat, this is Republican, this television station is Democrat, that's Republican. That's well grounded over there. But here it's not. Even in 2001, when President Kufuor was the first person to